Look, if your entire workday lives inside a web browser, you know the feeling. It's this constant, low-level battle that just drains your focus. In this explainer, we're going to build a productivity system that puts you firmly back in control. And we're starting with the most important tool of all, your browser. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's that persistent background chaos. You log into a client's Google account and boom, it kicks you out of your personal Gmail. You click a link and suddenly some other account's cookies are causing a meltdown. You're trying to manage this whole zoo of browser profiles, and all the while, you've got this nagging feeling that you're just another data point for someone's analytics engine. If you're nodding along right now, I see you. It's like death by 1,000 digital paper cuts. But what if? What if there was a way to build a workflow that actually respects your data and, maybe more importantly, gives you back your sanity? To really solve this, we have to start with a philosophy. And let me be clear, this isn't about paranoia. It's about control. It's about adopting a mindset that leads to a calmer, more focused, and frankly, a much more efficient way to get your work done. This completely reframes the conversation. Privacy first basically means your computer, your phone, that's home base. That's the source of truth for your data. The cloud, that's just a tool for syncing, not for owning your stuff. Your data is yours, period. You decide who sees it and when. So what does that look like in practice? Well, it means we look for tools that are local first so you can work even if your internet goes out. They have to use end-to-end encryption so nobody but you can read your data. No trackers, no ads, obviously. And this one is crucial. They let you export your data and walk away anytime. You are never, ever locked in. All right, let's start with the biggest source of friction for most of us, the browser. This is where a tool called Sendwin comes into the picture. It's a cloud browser that was built from the ground up to eliminate that multi-account chaos we all know and hate. I mean, this comparison really says it all. On the left, you've got the profile zoo, that mess of constant logouts, juggling different browsers, and, let's be honest, insecurely sharing passwords. But on the right, you have a single window where every login just works perfectly, and you can give someone access to an account without ever sharing the password. So how does it work? It's actually pretty brilliant. Every single tab you open in Sendwin is its own completely isolated container. It has its own cookies, its own cache, its own little world. That means your tab for client A has absolutely no idea that your tab for client B even exists. No more cookie collisions, no more surprise logouts, it just works. And here's the killer security feature. When you're using Sendwin, the websites you're visiting are actually running on a remote computer, safe in the cloud, not on your machine. The browser is basically streamed to you like a video. So what does that mean? It means any sketchy code, any malware, any phishing attempt, it never even touches your computer. It's like a secure bubble by default. So who's this for? Well, it's a total game changer for marketers who are juggling a dozen ad accounts or e-commerce sellers with multiple storefronts. Same for SEO pros checking rankings in different countries. But honestly, it's for any power user who is just plain sick of the daily login gymnastics. Okay, so we've solved the browser problem. That's a huge win. But now let's zoom out and see how this privacy-first philosophy can build out a full productivity ecosystem, covering all the other tools you rely on. You see the common thread here, right? It's all about control. For notes, you've got tools like Obsidian where the files live on your machine. For email, Proton Mail offers end-to-end encryption so no one else can scan your messages. For files, services like Proton Drive use what's called zero-knowledge storage. Every single tool here is built on those core ideas we talked about: control, encryption, and absolutely no tracking. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually feel like to work this way? Let's walk through what a typical day might look like using this privacy-first stack. Okay, so you start your day. You fire up 3 different client dashboards in Sendwin all side by side. No logouts, no conflicts. A designer needs access to one? Cool. You share a live session that automatically expires in 60 minutes, no password needed, and you even blur out the billing page. You get a sketchy link in an email? No sweat. Open it in a disposable session, check it out, and then just toss it in the trash. Your machine was never at risk. It's just a calmer, safer, and way more efficient way to work. So if all of this sounds like the answer you've been looking for, the next question is pretty obvious. How do you actually get started? The good news is it's incredibly easy. It's literally just 3 steps. Sign up, pick a plan, or just start the trial. And then you launch your first cloud browser session right away. And the best part? There is nothing to install. No extensions, no software, nothing. It just works right from your existing browser. And to make it a total no-brainer, you can try everything for 7 days for just $1. That trial is also backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's a completely risk-free way to see if this is the right workflow for you. And really, this is the ultimate point. This isn't about making your life harder with a bunch of complicated security. It's about choosing tools that actually work for you, not against you. When your tools stop fighting each other and when they stop mining your data, you get your focus back. You get your time back. You get your peace of mind back. You know, the constant chaos of the modern web browser, it's something we've all just kind of accepted as normal. But it doesn't have to be. The choice is pretty clear. You can either continue the daily battle with logins and trackers, or you can move to a focused, private, and truly productive way of working. So the question is, are you ready to make that trade?